Zandon's poetry in motion. Big horse, but light on his feet. And he's always showed up and been consistent and been right there with some of the top horses in training. In the Bluegrass Stakes, he showed his determination and his raw ability.
It's over! Zandon wins the Toyota Bluegrass!
I feel breeders will be really blown away by what a striking, outstanding looking horse he is.
Hello everybody, Mike Welch coming to you with the final Kentucky Daily Racing Farm Kentucky Derby Clocker Report for 2024, and a shout out to our sponsor Spendthrift Farm. They've been with us now for the last several years, and they are the home of 2020 Kentucky Derby winner and Horse of the Year Authentic, whose first crop of 2-year-olds not only hit the races this year, I believe the first one runs today right here at Churchill Downs. Well, I've been here for the last 12 days. Watching workouts and routine gallops in the morning, training sessions of all the Derby and Oaks horses. Now just going to give a little synopsis. Don't have time to do the Oaks field, but we will run down the Derby field. Just my impressions, hopefully some insights that will give you some hints toward hopefully picking the Derby winner and maybe more, the exacta, trifecta, or whatever. But these are my impressions. I'm just going to go right down the list in post position order. Going to start with Dornoch, who's in the post position 1. He's been working with Society Man. They've worked twice together. I thought Dornoch's been a little better with the pair. They went very fast here and did it easily. Thought it was a pretty good work for them last week, 46 and change with a good gallop out. Sierra Leone has been one of my favorites. He's flourished since he's been here. He had a big work, one of I thought the best works last weekend with his stablemate, Domestic Product, who gave him all he could handle, too. Domestic Product hung right in there with his more fancied mate. So big props for Sierra Leone and Domestic Product at a price in the Derby. Mystic Dan had a very fast 5/8 work here, 2 works back. He's been a bundle of energy coming out of that work. They kind of cut back, geared down on him last week, but Mystic Dan seems to be doing well here leading into the Derby. Catching Freedom, one of the 2 Brad Cox big contenders in this year's event. I thought he's been fine. I mean, everything he's done leads me to believe, from what I've seen, he's had 2 works since I've been here, that he's sitting on another big effort on Saturday. Catalytic, I thought was a little disappointing in his final work that I saw at Gulfstream Park, but he seemed to have thrived since he's gotten to Kentucky. His work here was good. His gallops have been good. Going to be a big long shot in here, but seems to be doing well now since he's gotten to Churchill Downs. Just Steel had a kind of an eventful major work going a mile a week ago Saturday. Went off real fast, picked up some company, got caught in traffic, and then got tired the last part of it. So not sure what to make of that, but he too is a big outsider. Anna Marie, not the prettiest mover in the morning when he gallops, but he had a very surprisingly sharp workout here last week, showing big speed. So I think you're going to see him a little closer to the pace. Anna Marie, a thumbs up for that. Just a Touch, Brad Cox's other horse in here. He hasn't done as much as Catching Freedom since he ran a little closer to the race, coming out of a big effort in the Bluegrass behind Sierra Leone. And I thought he's been good in what I saw. They picked up the pace with him a little bit last week. Both his works have been solo. Most of these Derby workers have gone in company. So I like what I've seen from Just a Touch. He was very aggressive in his gallop here yesterday. T.O. Password, another horse I won't wow you when we watch him gallop in the morning, but surprisingly good in his work the other day with an older stablemate. He showed a big turn of foot, came home in 23 flat for his last quarter mile. So encouraging there, but with only 2 starts under his belt, a hard take with so little experience in the Derby. Forever Young, expectations are high for this Japanese invader coming in here, but from what I've seen in the morning, he certainly hasn't been that impressive to me. Now again, he's a horse I've never seen trained before I got here. This could be routine with him, but he hasn't done anything that would lead me to get on that bandwagon coming into the Derby. Track Phantom's going to run in blinkers for the first time. He's worked the last 2 times in blinkers. His last work, he rated off another mate. Now, you know he has high speed. Looks like one of the pace setters in here. They tried to rate him off in company the other day. Went fine, but he did hang a little bit at the end of the work. Never got by his mate at the wire or on the gallop out. West Saratoga, one of the later arrivals here. Again, not another of the prettiest movers here in the gallop. Just had a routine 3/8 breeze blowout the other day. I haven't seen much of him. Endlessly has never run on dirt before. His 2 dirt works here. The 1-2 back was very disappointing. Not very pretty at all. The last one, some improvement, but with no experience on the dirt, a tall ask for Endlessly. Grand Mo, the first, just average, working at Gulfstream Park, did all his major work there coming out of the Florida Derby, but he's looked good here on a regular basis, galloping in the morning. We get the Fierceness, the favorite. Wow, what a work he put in here. He was terrific in his final work at Palm Beach Downs. Didn't think he could be any better in that. Came over here and just an eye-catching, it was a slowish half mile, 49, don't go by the final time, because he just galloped out forever under Johnny V. Big thumbs up for Fierceness. Stronghold, coming in excellent form. Worked here 5/8 last weekend. Nothing I saw in that work would lead me to believe that he's not maintaining that form for Saturday. Resilience, blink is on, big effort in the wood, and he's come out of that. He's looked terrific here. I thought his 2 works here, visually very impressive, both in blinkers. He just gives the impression that he's sitting on another big effort at a price. And Society Man post 20, like I said, working with Dornoch, working okay, maybe second best of the 2. Epic Ride, who drew in, I have not seen much of him. So that's it. That's my impressions of the Derby. Looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather will hold out. Before we go, I got to give a big shout out to my producer, camera person, and all-around editor. I couldn't do, these videos wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Barbara Livingston, so a big shout out to Barbara for her help doing these videos. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you learned something. Hopefully we'll be back here to do it again in 2025. But moving forward now, the 2 big races coming for the best coverage of Kentucky Derby 24. Just stay right here all weekend at DRF.com.